भारती न्यूज, सीधा, सटीक और निष्पक्ष।
Good evening and welcome to Bharati News. I am Peksha. Let's have a look at the biggest news of the day. Here is the national news first. Prime Minister Narendra Modi slammed Congress for its criticism of his participation in Ganesh Puja at CJI-DY Chandrachud's residence. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Tuesday, September 17 came down heavily on Congress and its ecosystem over criticism of his participation in the Ganesh Chaturthi at the residence of Chief Justice of India D.Y. Chandrachud and said that those engaged in tearing apart society are troubled by the worshipping of Ganesh. Ganesh Chaturthi is not just a festival of faith for our country. It played a significant role in our nation's struggle for independence when the British were dividing the country out of their hunger for power, creating divisions on the basis of caste, poisoning society and using divide and rule as their weapon. Lokmanya Tilak awakened the soul of India through public celebration of Ganesh Chaturthi. Atishi will be the third women Chief Minister of Delhi after Congress, Sheila, Dikshit and BJP's Sushma Swaraj. Currently, she is an MLA from Kalkaj. In her first reaction after being designated as the new Chief Minister of Delhi, Aam Aadmi Party senior leader Atishi expressed her gratitude to party chief Arvind Kejriwal for the responsibility assigned to her. Addressing a press conference, Atishi also said that she was personally hurt by Kejriwal's resignation. I thank my guru Arvind Kejriwal for giving me the responsibility of Delhi. I am also hurt by his resignation, she added. In her emotional address, Atishi stated that Kejriwal's decision to step down was a deeply sorrowful moment for Delhi. She also clarified that while she has been entrusted with the role of Chief Minister for the interim period, her tenure will last only until upcoming elections. Here is the international news. Protesters alleged that a religious ceremony was going on in the Rampur temple when a fight broke out between some people and escalated into open firing inside temple premises. 4 people were injured in the chaos and the case was filed against 11 people. Member of the Hindu community in the Hyderabad area of Pakistan's Sindh province staged protests in front of the Hyderabad press office and the SSP office over the alleged vandalism of the Ramapur Hindu temple. Women and children were part of demonstrations in response to the lack of arrest over the vandalism of the Hindu temple. Case has been filed against 11 people under provisions, including charges of attempted murder related to the attack on the Halanka temple. Trump said Biden and Harris' highly inflammatory language against him inspired the attackers to carry out an attempt on his life. Harris and other Democrats have repeatedly called Trump a danger to US democracy due to his effort to overturn the 2020 presidential election results. Former US President Donald Trump, who was the victim of apparent second assassination attempt on Sunday, claimed that President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris' recent comments had inspired the attack on his life. The attempt on Trump's life came 50 days before presidential election in November, already touted as the most turbulent in America's history. Here is the sports news. India skipper Rohit Sharma addressed the media ahead of the first test of the 2-match series against Bangladesh. He opened up on the competition for places in India team and also spoke about the upcoming youngsters like Dhruv Jorel and Yashasvi Jaiswal, among others. India skipper Rohit Sharma has thrown his weight behind under-fire batter KL Rahul to come good in the upcoming test series against Bangladesh. The latter has lost his place in the team in T20s and didn't return with good numbers in the ODI series against Sri Lanka either. With Rishabh Pant returning and Sarfaraz Khan performing well in the England series, his place was under threat in the longest format of the game. Afghanistan will lock horns against in 3-match ODI series for the first time as the two teams have only faced in the World Cup before. The series is crucial for both teams with ICC Champions Trophy set to take place next year in February in Pakistan. The first ever bilateral ODI series between Afghanistan and South Africa is all set to get underway on September 18. This is the crucial series for both sides with limited ODI matches scheduled ahead of the ICC Championships Trophy in February 2025. Hashmatullah Shahidi will continue to lead Afghanistan while South Africa have also retained their skipper Temba Bavuma. Rashid Khan is back for Afghanistan as they will be looking to build on their success at the ODI World Cup last year. Here is the business news. The dip in India's wholesale inflation was helped by the fall of Brent crude prices to $75 a barrel from $92 in April. India's wholesale inflation rate was recorded at 1.31% in August, but the prices of food staples rose sharply in the month. India's wholesale price index based inflation eased to a 4-month low of 1.35% in August due to falling cost of crude oil, steel and cement, even as prices of food staples like potatoes and onion rose sharply in the same month. India's wholesale inflation in August was lower than the 1.85% increase anticipated by economists in a Reuters poll, down from 2.04% according to government data released on Tuesday. The RBI, which largely monitors headline retail inflation number to decide its monetary policy, is widely expected to hold on its benchmark repo rate at its policy review from October 7 to 9. As per a notification by SEBI, it has introduced significant changes to the timeline for crediting and trading such shares. This initiative aimed at reducing the time taken for bonus shares to become tradable from the record date, in a significant move aimed at streamlining the process of crediting and trading bonus share. The Securities and Exchange Board of India has introduced new guidelines. Starting October 1, investors will be able to trade bonus shares just 2 days after the record date, significantly reducing the waiting period. Currently, under the issue of capital and disclosure requirement regulations, there are broad timelines in place for the execution of bonus issues. However, no specific timelines exist for the crediting of bonus shares and subsequent trading from the record rate. This has often led to delays, leaving investors unable to trade their newly issued shares promptly. So that concludes our news bulletin for today. Thank you for joining us. Stay tuned to Bharti News for continuous coverage and more updates. Wishing a very good evening.
भारती न्यूज़, सीधा, सटीक और निष्पक्ष।